Hello. This is so long overdue. This episode, anyway. Oh my god, my dog is barking again. Welcome back. Um, it's been like a month since I've recorded one. It's been a little bit. I've just been busy. I'm really sorry. I feel so bad. You know, every day I'd be like, I'm gonna record a new one. But no, it didn't happen. I'm sick, obviously. Anyway, welcome back to a friendly conversation. My name is Ryan. I am your host, and today it's just me. I know we've had two episodes with guests. They were the past two, so I hear people are liking those. They like how people play off of them, how I play off of other people, and how other people play off of me. I guess it just adds more depth. So that's great to hear that people are liking it. I think we'll just kind of stick going back and forth between solo episodes, episodes with me. I've got a few, I guess, kind of planned with a person or two. So hopefully we'll get those going soon, and hopefully I won't cough my way through this episode. Oh my goodness, it's another snow day. How fitting that I record the next solo episode on a snow day, right? It's just it kind of all worked out, which is really funny. But no, I mean, it's been like a month, right? So I mean, I guess I've done some stuff in the past month. I had more music auditions, but I feel like that's all I talk about. So I'll just kind of move past that, brush that aside, and and talk about more fun stuff. Like I saw Black Panther. What was it? 2 weeks ago? Did Black Panther come out 2 weeks ago? It was something like that. Saw the day it came out at like 9:30 in the morning. Absolutely ridiculous time to go see a movie, but I still got to see it, and oh my god, I forget how much I love superhero movies until I go and watch another one, because Black Panther absolutely blew me away. Black Panther felt to me like another superhero movie. You could tell when you sat down. It was kind of like watching the first Captain America movie again, but with different characters. For the most part, it was very similar in how it was structured. Where we kind of see the come up of them. They're at they have a point of bliss. Bad guy comes in. It was all that's how Marvel movies are. They're kind of copy paste throughout the universe. It's kind of the way it is. But it was still a really good movie. I thought it was really well put together, and I thought they did some really special things throughout it. Oh man, they had some just some incredible actors in there. Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan, Lupita Nyong'o. They just all blew me away. And even though the story was something that it was kind of predictable, it was still really, really good. They highlighted a lot of very good things in the Marvel universe, and it was able to stand alone without you having to go see all the other movies. And I think that's what that's really special to some Marvel movies, because we're reaching a point in this superhero world where everyone is in every movie, and you have to see this one in order to see that one, and blah blah blah, and you got to start back at the first Iron Man movie to really understand everything that's going on. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm really, really sorry. It just sucks, doesn't it? I'm trying to drink this Snapple here slowly, but I'm taking like 6 sips, and we're like 4.5 minutes in. So, but no, they did it. It was just really it was a really good movie. It was really enjoyable. I sat down and I liked it, and I didn't have to like remember everything from the past movies. I haven't seen Thor 3 or Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and I still got everything in this movie. There was the one after credit scene, which I don't think I can spoil it, I guess, because it's only been out for like 2 or 3 weeks, but the after credit scene was really special. It kind of, brought everything together with how we're going to transition into Infinity Wars, which was really cool. And, I really enjoyed that. And, I've always loved Marvel movies, but I haven't seen a Marvel movie in theaters in so long. So that was just so cool to finally sit down and see it, because it was a fantastic movie. It wasn't a movie built to win awards though, which which I guess says something, like the Oscars, that was just last night, and you see the same movies up for awards across the board, and that's because those movies are built to win awards. You if you watch it, it's a dramatic story, and you're going there, and they end up on the Oscars because they were made to win awards. They were made to be amazing cinematic masterpieces. Whereas a Marvel movie is meant for you to sit down and enjoy it, and that's really cool. That you can sit down and enjoy something like that just for fun. 3 Billboards, Get Out, The Shape of Water. They're all they're dramatic stories where you sit down and you watch it and they're gonna end up winning awards. But something like Black Panther wasn't made to win awards. It was meant to be enjoyable. It was meant to bring a message across. It was meant to build something greater than we thought would than just the movie itself. So that's really cool. And that's one of the reasons I absolutely love Marvel movies. The last few movies I saw, it was this, and then Star Wars and The Greatest Showman. And I think the movie I saw before that last was Wonder Woman. So it was a long time between seeing movies. But oh man, I guess I've only gone seen like good enjoyable ones, which is awesome. I loved all those movies. Wonder Woman was good to see in DC, because DC doesn't put out the greatest movies. I think DC has good video games, but when it comes to movies, they just kind of lackluster behind Marvel. I think we have such a high expectation for what we want to see out of a superhero movie, and they just are, it's hard for them to fit the bill. They have so many Batmans. It's just like, at this point, it's like we're trying to figure out how to revamp everything. But yeah, Wonder Woman was just fantastic. I say as I'm late to the party of saying Wonder Woman was fantastic. I mean, that came out in June. The Greatest Showman, I could talk for days about that movie. That's easily one of my favorite movies I've ever seen. It's not just because I'm a big theater nerd or anything like that, but because I thought it was just a fantastic put together story. And you can argue, P.T. Barnum was a bad man, or whatever, but it was fiction. I mean, it was a movie. It was meant to be enjoyable. We didn't want to sit through a movie where we hate Hugh Jackman the entire time. That'd be awful. Which I actually read. There's throughout the movie we see, oh god, what's her, Jenny Lind, is that her name? She was the opera singer that Barnum brought to the United States, and if you watch the movie, they kind of have it has a romantic undertone, their relationship, and I was actually reading about it, and they didn't. That was actually all made up in that and the musical Barnum, and I was like, wow, why would, and I guess that's kind of just like we're going to inject more into the story to make it more, I don't know, bring more controversy to it or whatever, but I was, I could have done without it. I think it was, in The Greatest Showman, I think it was needed to kind of drive that plot along there at the end, but for the most part, I mean, I could have done without it. Which I know, you're criticizing the movie. I know. I'm being critical of these different movies, but I do think they're great. Not every movie is timeless, but not every movie is bad. They have very, very good qualities to them, even if they have a few things that aren't amazing. Like Star Wars was fantastic, and I know people were getting up in arms about what Luke did when facing at one point in it, and I was just like, that's ridiculous. Why are you like you're up in arms about a Star Wars plot. Like, just watch the movie. It's fine, you know. And it was a very good movie. It wasn't cut and paste like we saw with The Force Awakens, which was really nice because I felt like Force Awakens I was rewatching, you know, the same movie, Episode 4, and so to have them do something different with this one, very, very different, I really enjoyed. And so yeah, I just you know, I fall in love with different movies. I always go to the theater, I watch the movie, and I come out, I'm like, this is my favorite movie ever. And it's like that until I see the next one, or until like 4 weeks passes, and then I'm like, okay, I lied. But yeah, I mean, just fun movies, you know. I love fun movies. And Back to Black Panther, there were so many good things about it. Seeing them make that album was really cool. The one with that Kendrick did a lot of stuff on. I thought I listened to it, and it was just fantastic. If you don't follow me on Twitter, which I don't know why you don't, get on that. I do what's called music recommendation Mondays because I love music. It's all I listen to. I love listening to new music. I think new music is something that's really special. Like when you find a new song. There was a time when I found I've fallen into music slumps, you could say, where I just sit and listen to the same songs over and over again. I did that probably in like 9th and 10th grade, and it got really crappy. Like I would load up a Pandora station, and all that would come up was like the same Green Day and Fall Out Boy songs, and that was it for like the entire thing. And eventually I was like, I've listened to like 8 songs in the past like hour, and so like I needed to find something different to get past that. So yeah, I mean, I've started listening to music now. If you haven't listened to Black Bear, I would really recommend it because I've fallen in love with his music recently, more recently than before. I saw him in concert in October, and that was just fantastic. He was a phenomenal showman, and I'd only listened to like 1 or 2 of his songs before then, so like seeing him in concert and listening to new music, it's like really cool to listen to new music in concert rather than just sitting down listening to it on your phone, because like you get a new respect for it, which is, I guess, is cool. You know, the more respect that you have for the song, ew, the better it is. Talking about being sick, oh man, I feel like my head is being dunked underwater over and over again. That's how like sick I am, and I probably shouldn't be recording this, but I'm going to power through. Anyway, yeah, I've listened to Black Bear, and he has some good songs, and some songs that I'll listen to, and I'm like, that didn't click with me. But he has a few that I just fall in love with, and you know, I'm not even like musically biased, like, oh, I only like hip hop, or I only like you know, other stuff, and hip hop and other stuff. Those are the two music categories that exist in life: hip hop and other stuff. So you either fall under one or the other. But no, Quinn XCII, I don't know if that's how you say his name. He has fantastic music, and I would definitely recommend listening to his newest album because, oh my goodness, I loved it. He has just some great music. I think opening yourself up to music is the best thing you can do. Like, if anything, just go on your Spotify and listen to your Discover Weekly all the way through and see if you can find anything, because I found like 8 songs one time, and I was like, this is great. I started listening to Ansel Elgort because of it, which I was always like, I'm not going to listen to him. I didn't have anything against him. It was just like, I'm not gonna get on that wave. I'm not gonna, like, you know, I'm not gonna hop on the bandwagon of listening to him. And I listened to his music, and I was like, oh my god, this stuff is incredible. I love it. And so yeah, it can just get you, you know, opening up your music genre, you know, ignoring like stereotypes that might go along with certain artists or whatever, and you can really find like good music to listen to. And you gotta, and yeah, I love music. I don't know how to phrase it any other way than I just all I do is sit down and listen to music every day. I always have headphones in because music is just, it like powers me, I guess. It's like my battery. I plug it in, and it's suddenly I'm like pumped up. I'm ready to do anything, but at the same time, I'm not ready to do anything because I'm always tired. Which I'm sure plenty of people are like, I'm always tired too. Yeah. It's not fun. It's so cold out, and I think that's what makes me so tired is like this freaking weather. It's just so cold. And it's not even that it's like, it's warming up a little bit, but at the same time, it's just like puts you down because you're like, I can't sit outside in the sun or anything like that. I'm getting less sunlight than I do in the summer months, which bites because just sunlight is just it's a wonderful thing, absolutely. But no, I mean, what. I went into this and I was like, I've got stuff to talk about. It's been like a month and I don't have stuff to talk about. That's crazy. It's the month of March, and March, we're 5 days in, and it seems like everyone's angry and I'm sad. And that's like the only way I can describe the entire month, because it's just like March 1st came and everyone was just like, oh, I'm upset. And I was like, what is happening? Like everyone was just suddenly extremely frustrated with everyone else. I think I've heard more yelling in the past like 4 days than I have like in 2018. So it's been, I love March. It's my birthday's at the end of it. So it's just always like, it's like a good month and I enjoy it. But, if it doesn't go my way this year, I guess that's what happens. And you kind of live with it. Yeah, I honestly thought I was going to talk about movies a lot more, but I guess I'm not, because I don't watch movies. Whenever I load up Netflix, I'm like, I tell myself I'm going to watch a movie. I'm going to watch a TV show. I'm going to like get invested so I can have good conversation with people. And then I watch a comedy special 2 times, and then I stop watching Netflix for like 3 weeks. And that's like the way it is. That's just how my that's like how I watch Netflix. I don't watch it. I don't watch movies. Like I loaded up Zootopia the other night. I think I watched 35 minutes of it, and I went to bed. And I'm probably not gonna finish it for like a month or something. So I'll just like sit in that in between. Like obviously I know what happens, but I'll just be like, okay, like one day I'll watch it, but not now. No. Why would I watch it now, Oh man, speaking of being tired in March, I just realized that we have daylight savings time, which affects all us here in the Midwest, and it's just spring ahead, and we lose an hour, and that's just gonna suck. Oh man, yeah. We're just at that point in the year for a senior anyway, being a senior, where I'm just like, I want to find the end. And I know I sound like a broken record doing this because like every senior says stuff like this, but it's like, we're almost there. We're going to make it. Oh, but I just wish it could end today, no more classes. That would be great. At least for 3 months. And then like, I just want to go to college and live in a dorm room and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, that would be so nice. I'm getting great support on this podcast. Like, to the people listening that have come up to me and been like, yeah, your podcast is great and stuff like that. Oh my God, you have no idea how much I actually appreciate it. It like warms my heart and makes me want to continue doing this, because when I first did it, I was like, I'm going to be made fun of so much. And I actually don't. And so that's really, really cool. At least, no, I'm not made fun of, which is cool. Because God knows I'm made fun of for everything else I do in life. So for one thing like this, for me to do it, and for people that I don't normally talk to or are talking to me more because of this, it just makes my little heart beat so much faster. It's so nice, and I really appreciate it, because like, I don't know, this is such a risk, sitting down and putting my thoughts out there, or just starting anything where you put yourself out there. It's just like the biggest risk that I think you can take. Trying to do something that you've never done before, trying to do something that other people are doing. I mean, I've been listening to podcasts for the past few days because, it's something I love to do, is listen to their thoughts. But I'm like, do people really want to listen to my thoughts? I still sit down and do this, and people are like, yeah, we love it. And that's so cool. And I would love to have people on that I don't talk to normally, because I think it'd be really cool to, if they're a cool person or whatever, to get to know them. Or to hear what they have to say about something. They're like, I really liked when you talk about this. I want to talk about that with you. And I'd just be like, great, let's do it. Like, let's go for it, because that's what we want to do. We just want to, like, have fun. And, I know I'm not, I wanted to brand this as like, oh, I'm, this is, it could be funny or serious and blah, 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 but I don't think I'm that funny. I'm not, like, making any jokes. I don't sit down and write jokes to put on the podcast. As much as I love listening to comedy. I had talked about it earlier, but I love, just listening to people come up with jokes. I love listening to it, because then, like, it, I don't know if it, like, empowers a part of it, not empowers, like, inspires a part of me that I'm like, oh, now I want to do this. And I just want to, like, sit down and write jokes, and I'll fall asleep, and I'll be like, oh, I could have all these jokes, and I wake up and they're gone, and that's it. And I'll never do that kind of stuff, because it's terrifying to stand in front of people. And, try to be funny. Oh man, that voice crack was bad if you heard that. But yeah, I mean, I think comedy is one of, like, the golden things that we can do, because seeing people laugh and smile, like, we're here for a good time, not for a long time. I know that's, like, such a cheesy quote, but, like, it's true. Like, you just gotta laugh as much as you can. You gotta sit down and laugh, because if you don't enjoy the little things, then you're not going to enjoy the big things, and you're not going to find you're not going to be super happy when this is all said and done. By this I mean life. So yeah, goodness, what did I talk about? I could let's open up my phone, and no, let's not open up my phone. No, follow me on Twitter, because then you can see these music recommendations. You can just fall in love with them. because that's all I do. I just fall in love with music every single day. I think I listen to it too much. I think my teachers are really sick of seeing me with headphones in, because I don't take them out ever. But it's fine. It's fine, right? It's definitely fine, and because I'm gonna grow up and leave, and that'll be it. And if I do well on my test, that's all that matters. The life of a school kid. But no, I want summer to come, because I love the warmth. As much as people don't like it, my favorite place on this planet that I've ever been to is Florida. I absolutely love Florida. And and you're probably like, well, Ryan, no, you like the glammy parts of Florida, like Disney World and Universal. And yes, I do love those parts of Florida. But there was a part in Florida that I visited with my grandparents this past year. No, it was a year ago. And then 2 years before that, it's a town called Cape Coral, and I love Cape Coral. And it's just this small little town, and, like, all the houses have pools, which is just fantastic. And the ones that we've stayed in, they line, like, a little river or stream. Not stream. I don't know what it would be called. It's like a man-made river almost. And we've seen, like, fish and stuff like that. And then, like, jumping fish, they would jump out. But I love it. And people are like, well, Ryan, Florida's the... a lot of people don't like Florida. That just seems like the stigma around it. And, like, I absolutely do. Because it's warm and it's relaxing, and it's, like, where I can get away from the world. It's just, like, fantastic. Last time I was there, I said, the Nintendo Switch came out, like, a few weeks prior to me going, and so I bought it, and we went to Florida, and I would just sit around, swim, play my Nintendo Switch, and I got to see dolphins. And if that's not a week of fun, I don't know what is. Like, it's meant to be relaxing, right? Just, like, sitting in the sun, soaking it all in, on my birthday, nonetheless. It was, like, it's just fantastic. Like, I think traveling is something that's just fantastic to do. But traveling to places that, like, where doing what you want to do, you don't have to pack a vacation with all this stuff minute to minute. We're gonna do all this, like, you don't have to do that. That's ridiculous in my opinion. What I think you want to do is choose what kind of vacation you want to take. Going to Florida, that's where I relax. Like, yes, me and my family we would do some stuff. Like, we went to a Twins game and we saw the Dolphins, and that's just so cool. But at the same time, it was like, there would just be days when we're like, okay, we're going to go shopping for 3 hours or something like that, and then sit by the pool until the sun sets. And if that's what you want to do, just go for it, because, it's meant to be relaxing. You're supposed to recharge after vacation, not come home and be absolutely depleted of all your energy. I think that's ridiculous. But if you go on a vacation and you're like, I just want to relax this vacation, just relax for that vacation. Now, obviously, there are places you can't go to relax. Like, I wouldn't go to New York City to relax, because first of all, the hotel rooms are small, and second of all, it's crazy busy in New York at every given moment. So it's just like, that's a place I wouldn't go to relax. But if it's somewhere like Florida, if you're gonna go in the mountains, if you're gonna do whatever, just find a place to relax, because that's the goal, right? Is just to always rest up. Why else would you go on vacation other than to rest up and have fun? Just doing whatever you want. I'm not the biggest swim in the ocean fan, because I hate the ocean, but we went to a beach and I really enjoyed it. Sitting around, walking in the water. By the way, there's a lot of shells in that water, and it hurts your feet a lot. I don't know how I walked on it, actually. There was so much, and it would just, you'd walk, and then you're like, ow, this hurts. And then you'd go another, quarter mile, and you're like, ow, this still hurts. What am I doing? I could obviously have moved 10 feet, 10, 15 feet to the right and been in the water, but with no shells. But I was like, no, I'm going to subject myself to this pain of walking over these shells, which is just, silly and dumb. But yeah, I mean, I love it. And I do love going to Disney World and being busy there, going on all the rides and, doing all this fun stuff there, and always being overtaken by all this really cool, all these really cool things. But at the same time, I do like going and just chilling. That's it, right? That's the slogan. Just, vacation. It's vacation, is that it? Vacation, just chilling. That's it. That's life, baby. Right there. Just finding a place and chilling. I mean, what else, isn't that what everyone wants to do? Everyone's like, oh, we want to make a difference. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, but if we could just find a place, just chill, we're good, right? We're golden. That's it. That's the number one thing is, you can make a difference, but at the end of the day, you retire, and what do? You chill. That's it. You're chilling. You're sitting there. You're happy. You're in your beach chair. You're wearing some big rain or fish hat. I don't know what you're wearing. Some big hat that covers way too much of your head and makes you look ridiculous. Shorts that are a little too short, and a shirt that we can practically see through. And you're just chilling. You're just having the time of your life, relaxing. Because I think, that's what we all strive for. No one's like, I'm going to work and then I'm going to die. Because if you work and then you die, even if you make a difference, you were like, I never got to just relax and enjoy who I am. But if you work, relax, and then die, then you're good. I mean, right? Because then you were like, boom, I did, I made a difference. I made some money. Then I got to spend all that money in a short amount of time on my kids and myself. And then I died. Or if you don't have kids, then I got to spend it on myself and my dog, and then I died. Because it's just all, by the end of that, you got some time to yourself. And that's what counts, right? You want time to yourself or to spend with other people, but that's, you still want it for yourself. You're like, I want to spend time with my significant other. I want to spend time with my friends, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm going to die, and then we're going to be good. And I think that's great. And I know people will say, oh, but you can work a job that isn't work because you love it so much. And I get that. I do, If I could make a podcast and that could be my living, I'd absolutely do it. I'd drop out of school right now. And if I was in a position to just continue talking to my computer screen for, an hour, and then I'd be good, I wouldn't see a point in going to school, but I know that I can't make a living that way, so I have to pick and choose. It's a pick and choose world, you know. Being a doing YouTube for a living, I know is hard because it's so risky. It's a risky business that you can be dropped at any moment, and it really filters. I'm so sorry. What you're doing? I'm out of my Snapple. This isn't good. It kind of filters what you have to do because you have to appease people, and I know that's with any job. You do something to please someone else, and you get money from it. That's kind of how it works. And the more people you please, the more money you're probably going to get. If you are supposed to be making, like let's say, let's think about, in the olden times when, what was it called? It was like the cottage system, cottage factory. I don't know, when someone would sit in their house and they would just bust out 1 million of the same thing. And then they'd make money from it. And it was like, if people liked it, and if you made enough people happy by making enough things, then you got more money. That's just kind of how it was. So that's kind of, if you want to think of any job, that's how it is today. So YouTube is just such a risky business in that way. And I remember when I was younger, I would tell them, I'm like, Mom, Dad, I'm gonna grow up, I'm gonna be a YouTuber, and they were like, you're absolutely crazy. That's not a real job. And and I can see why they still don't think it's a real job, because it's you're not hired. You do it on your own free will. I could stop tomorrow. Nothing will happen. No one's going to be like, why didn't you show up for work today? I didn't make a video for a month, and no one really said anything. I didn't get in trouble and get fired, or anything like that. It's just, the business is you enter in, you enter out. That's kind of how it is. And so of course, because you're not hired, it's not a traditional job where you have to fill out your W-2s for it, to be a part of it. People don't see it as a real career format. And I understand that's totally a viable option. You don't have to see it as that. There are days that I don't see it as a viable career option. But at the same time, there are people who do have it as their main source of living. They have to work to make sure it's their main source of living. But they're able to do that, and I think that's really cool. Because you make that, because those people are doing what they love, and now they still work. They still sit down and they still work. They plan videos. They plan what they're doing. They make sure they're doing something that's going to make people happy. But at the same time, they enjoy what they're doing. They do what they enjoy, and that's what I think is really good. Is that they're doing something that they can sit down and love to do. Because if you love making people laugh and you love making comedy sketches, then you make comedy sketches because and people are probably gonna watch them. This is kind of how the internet is. If there's a video out there, it's probably been watched by someone that isn't your mother or something, not the people you showed in person. They someone probably stumbled across it and watched it. And they might have thought it was good. They might have thought you needed to improve on some things, but either way, you made progress. That's what it is. It's progress. It's working towards progress to make people happy. I think that's something that I think is so important. Is trying to make other people happy. It makes me happy. But at the same time, it's just kind of the basic way of living. Is making. If you make someone else happy, you're going to make money off that, and that's the way it is, because it's all that's kind of why people give money, take money, blah 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 blah. It's the same reason that I'll buy a shirt from a YouTuber I watch or something like that, because the YouTuber makes me happy, and so I'm gonna buy that shirt, give him some money, and then and now I have this cool item at the same time, and that made me happy and that made him happy, so it all just works out. Yeah, I mean, talking about how did I go off on that tangent? I've never thought of something like that, but yeah, I think that's what you have to look for when it comes to a job. You can look for something, and I know that don't do what makes the money, do what makes you happy, and it's such a cheesy thing, but it really is. And if what you want to do makes you happy isn't a traditional job, isn't something that is set in stone, and people are like, oh, I know what that is when you say it. That's okay. that's kind of the point at the same time, is that it's supposed to be something that people might not 100% know about, like, saying like, oh, well, I want to do this, and, and if you get confused looks, it might be a good thing, It might be, well, I'm doing something innovative, I'm doing something that I enjoy, and that's it, when I don't tell people that I make a podcast, but if someone asks about it, I'm going to talk about it, and they might be a little confused at first, but that's totally fine, because it's, I do this because I enjoy doing it, and, some people seem to enjoy listening to it, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, I mean, that's just life, and, but if your Mother Nature and what makes you happy is snowing a ton and making it cold, I personally think you should stop that, because I don't like it anymore. Once the holidays pass, once you hit 30 days after the holidays, so like January 25th, I'm like, you just get rid of the snow now. It can brighten up. Like that would be a lot nicer. Because it's like, oh, I love the, you hit Christmas and you're like, I love the aesthetic of the snow. I love all of this. Oh my goodness. And you're a month later and you're like, why is it still here? Like, go away. Like, it's that one person that came to the party and it stayed just too long. And I'm not talking like a day long. I'm talking like they like move in long. Like they leave and you're like, oh, it's all good. And they come back with like their futon and you're like, wait, I didn't ask for this. Like, that's how I would describe the snow here, because it's just like at the point when you're like, okay, buddy, it's time to leave, and they leave and you're like, oh, thank goodness, we're all done. They're all gone. Then it comes back. It's like, no, you thought I was gone? No, I just went to Costco to get myself a new pair of jeans, and I'm back, and now I'm gonna sit on the couch for who knows how long, because oh man, I just, I like the snow as an idea, as a concept, but I don't like it when it's here. Kind of like, I don't know. I think of food that way. There is like certain food that I'm like, okay, so I'm not the biggest fish guy, right? So I'll get, I'll be in the mood, I'll sit at home, and I'll be like, man, I really want fish and chips right now. Like, fish and chips sounds like the bomb right now. I want fish and chips. And so what I'll do is I'll go to my parents. I'm like, hey, Mom, Dad, I think we should go out and get some fish and chips. And they'll look me in the face and they're like, heck no, we're not getting fish and chips. I'm like, why? Why are we not? And then I have fish and chips like 8 months later, because I finally stumble across a place where I can have it, and I eat it, and I'm like, this isn't that good, I kind of having with shrimp with me recently. Oh my god, yeah, it's all fish, it's all seafood. Sorry if I offended anyone, because I don't think shrimp is a fish, but it's all seafood. Like, my mom made coconut shrimp, and I was like, yo, this is gonna be amazing. I'm so excited to have fried coconut shrimp. That's awesome. And I ate one, and I was like, this is okay. It's not the best. It's it's like sweet fish. You never would expect that. Coconut shrimp is so weird. It's like fish, but sorry, it's not fish. I just offended more people. It's seafood, but like it's like it's got coconut. And I don't like coconut that much. Like, does anyone how many people actually like coconut? Like, it kind of astounds me. If someone's like, I like eating coconut. I'm like, but why? Like, were you forced? Was that a forced sentence? Are you like, does someone like have a death threat on you if you tell me that you like don't like coconut? Like, you can say you don't like coconut because it's not that good in my opinion. But I guess if you like it, more power to you or whatever. That voice crack was so bad. I'm not meant for these podcasts, guys. I think I'm gonna quit right now. But no, I mean, sweet shrimp. It's so weird. That's not what I expect. I expect like fish is like hearty, but like not too hearty. It's just like flaky hearty. And then like you have something like coconut shrimp, and you're like, what is this? What am I like? Like, it just seems like things that like shouldn't go together. It's like two puzzle pieces that look like they fit, and you jam them together to make sure they fit, but they really don't fit together. And the two pictures, and it turns out that these puzzle pieces weren't even part of the same puzzle. In fact, when they were made, they were always meant to be separate. It was like a puzzle of dogs and then a puzzle of like medieval warfare. And they're like, we're going to keep these completely apart. They're not going to touch each other. And then someone was like, but these two pieces look like they fit together. And they stuck them together. And now suddenly people are like, oh yeah, we enjoy that. The dog's holding a sword. And you're like, yeah, but like the human hand is coming out of his leg, which doesn't make sense. And so in the end, it just all comes together in a way that most people are uncomfortable with. But a few people are like, we like that a lot. And I don't get it. And maybe that's just me. Like, I eat fries with ranch. Someone's gonna like listen to this and be like, ew, you monster. I know. But I remember doing that at work one day, and every single person at work was like, that's nasty. And I was like, wait, what? Like, it just confused me because it's just something that I do. It sounds like a disgusting habit I have. Like, no, I can eat fries on their own or whatever. But like, I guess there are just people that are like, no, don't do that. And I guess that's how I am with sweet seafood. I don't know. I don't have seafood very often. I like lobster. I do like lobster a lot. Which is surprising because I guess lobster doesn't taste like most fish, especially because you don't eat it like in the same way. My computer screen would stop going black. You don't eat it in like the same way that like you would eat normal fish. This is the fish episode now. Welcome back to the fish episode. Today we're talking about our favorite fish. My favorite fish. Shoot, I don't have one. Swordfish. I don't. I'm scared of the ocean, but like fish are kind of cool, but they're also freaky. That's why I'm afraid of the ocean. Is because fish are so freaky. They're so terrifying. Like, it doesn't look like any other normal animal, in my opinion. Like, you can find similarities in like most animals without looking at their bone structure. That was so nerdy. But like, you're like, oh, a monkey looks like a koala because they have arms and legs, and you're like, whoa. Or like, and you can just like do that with like, they have noses. Like, it just, you're like, oh, they're all kind of the same, But then insects and fish fall under these two categories where they're like, nope, we can't compare it to anything else. A fish is a fish and an insect is an insect. That's it. Like, and so, I hate bugs. I do. I hate bugs. I especially hate spiders, and that's probably normal fear, but I hate all bugs. They're all super, super freaky, and pretty gross. But then fish freak me out and fascinate me at the same time. Like, sharks are made of cartilage, and that's cool, I guess. And so fish are cool, and dolphins are cool, and whales, I guess, are cool. But then, like, all scaly fish, just, like, they're, like, all the same to me. Like, it just looks like, someone put up a picture of a fish on, like, at, like, a community clay club, and then they were like, we want you to do this, but change something and make it your own. And then everyone just, like, made their own, and then God was like, slap it in the ocean, we're all good. And, he's like, you just did my job for me. And now we have all these fish, and they all look different. It's like one person was like, I'm going to make this one a rainbow. One was like, I'm going to make this one really long. And then someone just like, like that's all that happened. Like, and then someone slapped one as hard as they could and made it flat. And it's that huge, like, flat, big one that, like, looks like it's like a board that you could just, like, like, what that made no sense whatsoever. It made sense in my mind. If you could, like, see the image in my mind, like, you would know what I'm talking about. But me going wah, 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 does not help you whatsoever. So I'm so sorry. But I mean, yeah, fish are freaky. Like, I love animals. I love learning about animals. But, like, fish, I'm just like, we get to the fish part, and I'm like, this is, now I'm just looking at a million of the same thing that were, like, thrown into different, like, Photoshop editors. I just, there are cool, like, there's some fish that are cool, but, like, one in every 1,000, but, like, one in every 1,000, like, what is it, subspecies? I don't know, but at one point, you're just kind of like, at least all the monkeys look different. At least, like, the bears are special. Oh, God, what was hang on, I have to find this. There was a tweet. I think was it a sun bear? It was the funniest looking bear I've ever seen. Yes, it was a sun bear. Please go look up pictures of sun bears. Just look at them. Oh, my gosh. These guys are so funny. They have like gold rings on their necks, and they have ridiculously long necks and low shoulders. Yo, they are something else. Please, right now, like, look up a picture of a sun bear and just like stare at it because it's so funny. Like, yo, bears are so cool. I'm not gonna get into this, but I like bears a lot. I just think they're cool animals. But I don't want to like go for 10 minutes on like, I love bears, reason 42. Like, that'd just be ridiculous. But, man, now my nose is running. This is just bad. Bad news, bears. Oh, bears. Whoa. Yeah, bad news, guys. My nose is running. That's not good. And I bet you're like, Ryan, why don't you take medicine? I don't know. I don't know why I don't. I do every once in a while, and then I actually feel a little better. And then I'm like, and then my parents are like, you want to take more? I'm like, nah, let me suffer. Like, where's the logic in that, But I guess that's just life. But yeah, I think we're going to have another episode out, hopefully this next weekend, so I can get back into a steady rhythm of putting them out. I got the day off Friday, so I think I'm going to try, maybe we'll try and have one with a guest. If not, it'll just be me, and I'll find some more topics to talk about that isn't fish and stuff like that. What else? What did I talk about this last podcast? See, I always have trouble, like, making the descriptions. If you ever read the descriptions, it's probably, like, pretty bad because I'm like, what did I talk about? What did I talk about? I just pull 3 random things out of my butt, and then I just put them in the description. And, because I can listen to, like, other people's podcasts, and they have stuff to talk about, and normally it's, like, their lives, or they talk about something that they were a part of, and I'm like, I wasn't a part of anything, and I have no life, so what am I supposed to talk about now? And I guess I could talk about stuff that I'm interested in, because that might be kind of cool. But at the same time, I'm always like, I don't know. Will people enjoy this? Would you guys enjoy? I don't know. Like, I'm always like, hey guys, leave stuff in the comments, and then I never get anything, so it's fine. But like, if you're like, Ryan, I want to hear you give your honest opinion on this. I'll take it into account and I'll talk about it. Just because, I like overthinking absolutely everything in my life. So if you want to give me something to talk about, no matter how serious or stupid it is, please just leave it in the comments because I'll talk about it. Cause it'll help fill time, and it might, more people might be interested than you think. So just please, for sure, leave it in the, let me know, or like talk to me in person. Be like, Ryan, talk about this. I'll be like, oh my gosh, you're so smart. Yes, I will. So yeah, but hopefully episode this weekend, like this upcoming weekend, because that'd be awesome, right? And then hopefully we'll just get back into the swing of things. I know there was a little February break, but that's absolutely fine. We can get back, we can get rolling again. It's no big deal. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for joining me for this. I had a lot of fun. I always have a lot of fun sitting down and do these. I should do that more often, huh? But yeah, a ton of fun. I'm glad you guys can enjoy it. Twitter's in the description. It'll be on iTunes someday. Like, I hope no one's like, I can only listen to it on iTunes, Ryan, because right now that's just not happening. It's just, I don't have the time to figure out how to do it. And it's just a little confusing. But yeah, so like, for real, leave me what you want to know. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a ton of fun. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.